Hello and welcome back to the channel, and I'm so happy to be back. And wow, I've been away. We have missed so much Wizarding World news, but don't worry, I'll be catching up with everything that we've missed and covering everything we can on the channel. I have been away for a bit of health issues, but I will go into the details more towards the end of the video. I might even make a completely separate video about it, because today we have got some massive Wizarding World gaming news. Now, if you haven't heard, within the last couple of hours they've literally announced there is going to be a Quidditch game being released in the next year, maybe 2 years, and they're going into play test mode very soon. The game is called Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, and it is coming to PC and consoles very soon. Now, we do have a limited information about this game, but I will go through the Q&A they have released with the announcement, and also go through all of the pictures and little footage that we have got of the game so far, because you know on this channel we like to deep dive as much as possible and see if we can find any secrets. Now, as a brief overview, this game appears to be an online game where you can play with more than one friend, which is a good detail. It is currently being made by Unbroken Studios. Now, they are a small studio, but they seem to be working with some very big names, especially alongside Warner Brothers at the moment. They're also working alongside Rocksteady on the new Suicide Squad Kills Justice League game. So the studio itself seems to be getting involved in some massive projects, and the fact that they are now solely working on a Quidditch game, to me, is such exciting news. Now, a lot of people said when Hogwarts Legacy came out they really wanted Quidditch to be part of it, and I was very firmly on the side that I didn't want it to be part of another game, and I wanted a team to specifically be working on the gameplay mechanics of a Quidditch game, not something that was just thrown in as an addition to another larger scope game. So the fact that we have a whole studio specifically working on this, and from what I can gather they've been working on this for a few years already, I'm so excited to see what they're going to give us and exactly how it's going to play, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Now, let's go through the Q&A that they released on their Discord and on the website about the game and what exactly the game is going to entail. Now, I put the actual Q&A questions on the screen and their precise answers as I discuss through this. So initially, the first thing they confirm is obviously the name, which is Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. It is a fast-paced, competitive multiplayer game featuring the world's most iconic magical sport, which of course is Quidditch. Now, if you don't know what Quidditch is a sport within the Wizarding World. It is played on broomsticks. There are 7 players per team. You have one keeper whose role is to protect the 3 goal hoops. You have 3 chasers, who are actually the people who are trying to put the quaffle through those 3 hoops, which score 10 points per hoop. You then have 2 characters which are called beaters. These chase around magically bewitched balls and hit them towards the opposing team's chasers. They can actually do quite a bit of damage. And then the final player on the team is a seeker who looks for a completely separate ball, which is called the golden snitch, and this ball grants whoever catches it 150 points and also finishes the game. And that's the only way the game will finish. This game is being produced by Warner Brothers Games and is also part of, obviously, Portkey Games, which is Warner Brothers substandard of Wizarding World games. They've created, obviously, most notably Hogwarts Legacy, but they've also created Harry Potter Puzzles and Spells, and are also in the process of making Harry Potter Magic Awakens. As I said earlier, Unbroken Studios are producing this game, and it has been in development for several years. And it's good to see this is already the makings of a game, and this isn't something new that they've announced, which is in the very early stages. At least we have some form of game that we're going to be able to play and hopefully look at some more information about soon. So what they have said, it is a completely standalone experience. It is not linked to any of the other games or the movies themselves. So it's just completely standalone, and it's just its own story. In relation to the gameplay, it looks like you can customize your own character in Quidditch Champions. So I'm guessing this means that you can obviously design your character, but there may also be customizable options for clothing, broom style, what position you play potentially as well. But it also does say that this game is an online multiplayer experience, and you can play Quidditch Champions solo or team up with friends, and that is plural, or others online. Now, one of my first questions initially was I wondered if you had to control the whole team or if you could play as individual players. Now, the fact they're saying that you can play with multiple people online, to me suggests that you're not just playing one-on-one with one person where you're controlling the whole team. So it looks potentially like you can actually choose which role in that team that you want to play, which is a really nice touch, and which is what I was hoping for when the game was announced, because I think we were interested to play maybe as, you might be able to specialize as a beta, and you might be really good at playing as a beta, and you might not necessarily be good at catching the snitch or anything like that. So it'd be good to see the specialities that could arise through that. And actually, from like an esports perspective, that'd be really interesting to see teams of 7 players potentially becoming really good and working really well together and going on to sort of esports things and moving forwards that way. So this game has got a lot of potential to go in that direction if it wants to, if that is the route they are going to take. Now, at this time, we don't know a release date. Again, it is still in quite early development. They're just going for a playtest at the moment, and you can sign up on their Discord to be able to have a chance of playing a play test at the moment. It does not guarantee that you'll get in. And also, the final thing, they have not announced exactly what consoles this game is going to be coming out on. They have said it's coming out on PC and consoles, but they have not confirmed which ones yet. However, at the moment, the only people that have retweeted any tweets about this game are PlayStation. So I think it's confirmed that at least PlayStation 5 will have this game. We had to see if it's just a PlayStation 5 exclusive or if it will potentially become an Xbox. And obviously the big question then on would be if it's coming to the last generation and also Nintendo Switch. But I believe we'll get more information obviously coming up closer to the release of the game. So that was the main Q&A from the game. But what we'll have a quick look at now, obviously, because on this channel we do like a deep dive, there's been a couple of pictures that have been released and also a very short video clip. We're just going to see if we can find any secrets within those clips. So let's first of all have a look at this short clip that we got, which opens up with a wide shot of the Quidditch pitch. There's several things that confirm this location. It is obviously at Hogwarts. Initially, you can see around the banners of each of the tiers of the stadium, you can see the colours of Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Gryffindor and Slytherin, and at a distance you can actually see the main tower of Hogwarts just there through the fog. This is the only stadium that we see in any of the artwork. Now, it'll be interesting to see if Quidditch Champions is only set in the Hogwarts school itself, or if it would be really nice if we could see some other locations, potentially travel to other schools and visit their Quidditch pitches, as well as to go to different pitches of different teams that we know throughout the Wizarding world from the Harry Potter books and films. The scene then moves and you can again see the towers of Hogwarts behind this character. The character is wearing Gryffindor Quidditch robes, and you can see her with her Nimbus 2000. If you look, it's a very similar design from that of the films, and you can also see just at the beginning of the broom here, the writing in gold of Nimbus. It is very hard to make out, but it's the exact location that has been seen previously. Now, we cannot tell from this attire exactly what position this character is going to be playing within their Quidditch team. The glasses on the head we have seen being used by a Seeker, but also these protective panels we have been seen around the arms being used by a Chaser. So potentially it could be one of those two options. But again, there is nothing distinctive, so it could even be a Beta or potentially the Keeper as well. We get a look at the logo for the game. It has a broom underlining the word Quidditch. I like the golden snitch above the H and also the speed effect on the writing. That's the best way I can describe it. It looks really good and really smart, and I really can't wait to get my hands on this game. And again, of course, obviously at the top, it's got Portkey Games who are making this game. Now, strangely, what we do actually see some magic in this trailer, which I wasn't expecting. And behind the logo here, you can see our character cast in a Patronus. It looks to be some sort of rabbit or maybe hare Patronus that is being conjured here. Now, I have no idea exactly why we would need to cast Patronuses. Perhaps there is going to be an element of Dementors getting in, like Harry has to face in his 3rd year, or something similar to that. But yeah, it appears as though our character is cast in a Patronus, which is a really interesting feature. We then get a nice shot of this character holding a Beta's bat, which potentially could indicate that they are in fact a Beta. The Beta bat looks very simple in design. It has just got some basic wood which is strapped with metal, obviously, because those bludgers obviously are massively solid objects. You can see slightly more clearly the Nimbus 2000 written on the broom in this one. It is slightly difficult to break out, but I'm 100% sure that's exactly what this broomstick is. And again, you also get a look at the golden snitch here, again indicating that you have potentially many different roles to play in this Quidditch team. And finally, we have a look at the character holding the quaffle and throwing the quaffle around, again indicating potentially that this character could well be a chaser. I think all of these and the fact that you are playing with multiple people per game, to me suggests that all of the positions are going to be available. Now, one thing of note, as this broom is flying above the grass here, there is a blue vapor behind them. Now, I'm wondering if the blue vapor is some sort of boost, or maybe we can gather boost throughout the game, or if it maybe is just a way of indicating whose team you are on, obviously potentially who's being controlled by who, or something along those sort of lines. Very similar to a FIFA-esque style triangle above your head. Maybe you have to look out for your character because your character is the one with the blue trail behind them, or something along those sort of lines. Be really interesting to see with any more footage what this information might mean. And the final shot is this character raising what appears to be the Quidditch trophy from Hogwarts. I think you can just about make out to the right hand side here the side of the Hogwarts crest. Again, it'd be really interesting to see if this does take place anywhere else. We then zoom back out to the edge of the Quidditch pitch to where we started this trailer. On Twitter there has been 2 released images as well. This is the first one, which is basically just the end of the trailer, and also you see this image here of the character spinning the quaffle on their finger, which again looks to be taken straight out of the trailer itself. Just a very nice piece of artwork. So there you have it. We have got more Wizarding World games coming out. How exciting is it at the moment to be a Wizarding World fan? I can't wait to break down some more of the previous information that we've had this week about the Wizarding World TV series, and also other things coming to the Wizarding World. And I'll be doing full videos on them on the channel. We are back now. We are in full flow. The issues that I've been having, hopefully are getting under control, so the channel should be moving forward nicely. Again, I do apologize for being out. I think I'll release a full update video or post just to keep you guys updated, but I don't want to waste your time on a video about something very exciting just about me, because if you haven't subscribed to the channel previously, then you don't know anything about me anyway. But on that note, if you do like this video or you're interested in anything Wizarding World, then obviously, of course, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to give this video a like, because it really does help the channel out. And if you're interested in anything Wizarding World, or you want to discuss anything Wizarding World with me outside of this video, then please consider subscribing to the Discord. We have got a very small Discord server, but it is growing, and we have got a lot of input coming into that very soon. And also, don't forget to come over and follow me on Twitter and interact with me on Twitter as well. I post quite regularly on Twitter, and we also do lots of nice images from Hogwarts Legacy, and we will be covering all things Wizarding World going forwards. But that is it for this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. But until then, mischief managed.